morning, everyone. Welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios. And it's Friday, which means we are in a premiere if you're joining us live between 10:30 and 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We are in the chat room right next door. Come join us and say hello, and please remember to give this video a thumbs up. Now, we've been working on a bee journal. Excuse me. Lemon water hasn't kicked in yet. We've been working on a bee journal, and you'll see this envelope laying here. We're going to come back to this in just a second. First of all, I want to talk about the signatures, which is where we had left off. I have 3 of them compiled. They are not stitched together yet. I have found that I like stitching them together, maybe loosely, but no final stitching until I'm ready to put them in the cover. And it's a good thing because I had a Reader's Digest book picked out that I was going to use, and I don't know where my measurements got off, but it wound up that these are going to be too long and too wide for the Reader's Digest journal that I had. So I'm going to have to be making a cover for this, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I'm going to flip this open and show you. Somebody had asked about how I determine how many is going to go in there. Honestly, I don't know. I pull papers. I try to keep it somewhere around 10 per signature, 10 or 11, because that gives me between 20 and 22 pages. So I started with this piece of ledger, and I did some folding with it. And then I have a piece of notebook paper, but this is from Dollar General. It's a notepad that has the lined paper on one side and graph paper on the other. Then I'm upcycling some papers left over from Adrian and Abby's home summer schooling workbook thingy. And I've made some pockets, and we're going to do something neat with this. So hang on to your hat for that one, but it's not going to be today. Then I have a smaller piece of that ledger. I just brought it over here and made it a smaller piece. Some plain paper. Another one of the girls' papers. This is music note paper, and you can pick that up by the pad at any music store that sells instruments, and I'm going to be putting together a paper pack on some of these pieces that I've used in here. Some Amazon packaging. This is from a ledger book that I got at Dollar Tree, I believe. Or it may have come from something from Maddie. I will know later for sure. Another one of the girls is some yellow because, you know, bees, black, yellow. This I know came in a package from Maddie. It was an office sheet. And then I put a music sheet in the centerfold. Now somewhere in here also I'm going to bring in a white doily, but I had not pulled those together yet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 for this one. And part of the reason is I pulled in 4 colors. I pulled in a vanilla, the green, the blue, and a brighter yellow just because they go with bees. So I have 3 of those signatures put together here, compiled, so I know what I'm doing with those. So that's our signatures. Just go with when you're picking your papers, just pull out the ones that you like, put them together, and if it seems too fluffy, edit it out a little bit, pick out a couple. If it doesn't seem like you have enough pages, add in a couple more. Just remember, you want to create pages that have stuff on them for interest, but you also want to make sure that you leave pages for journaling, and that some of those things are going to get covered up. Some of the pages will make nice backdrops for the elements that you're going to create and put in the journal. And one of those elements today, and I'm going to need one of these because I don't want to mess this one up again, is I need to see how wide I can get away with in a belly band. And let's take one of the ones that's got the clip on the top. So I can open it up. If I wanted to put a belly band in here, I probably want to do it on a full page. So I'm either going to have to put a belly band, well, not really on an inside back. Let's go with putting a belly band on the music page. And you're seeing the tearing here in the belly band in the center of this page. That's going to be fine. I can come through here with washi tape and fix that. I'm looking to see what I got behind me here. Let's go with this goldenrod from Tim Holtz. I think it's from Tim Holtz. No, it's from Oriental Trading. And I can just run washi tape down the center of this, and that will reinforce that music page. Because what I did was, this was a single page out of the songbook, out of the music book, and I left it so that it would be upright. And I'll have to come back in and turn this one around later, because as you notice, I have it upside down, or maybe it won't make any difference. But that will let me reinforce that so that I don't have problems with that page, okay? And I'm going to pull this one out, and we can work with just this one for now. Just like this. And then when I stitch through this, I don't have to worry about this tearing. So let's come through and do this one again on the back side, and that's going to be my, I think this will become my washi tape for this kit. What do you think? See, now it's reinforced that tear, and I don't have to worry about it, okay? So, belly band. There's my center signature, center of the signature, so I don't want my belly band to be any wider than about 5.5. So, I saw this belly band on Scrapbooking with Me Crafts, Eve, and I thought it was the coolest thing. Now, the thing about, you can upcycle any envelope that you want to use. But because this one can't be any wider than, because I run my belly bands most of the time, I run them horizontal. You can't be any wider than, what did we say, 5.5. But this is much longer than 5.5. So let's bring our paper trimmer in. Now I could slit this open across the top, but then I'd have to reseal it. You'll see why in a minute. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this down at the 5.5 mark. Just like that. And we'll just push that off to the side for something later. Now we're going to leave my trimmer there for just a minute. We're going to go in here and we're going to take out all the innards. Take out all the inner stuff that we don't need. And we have a blank envelope. Now this envelope measures about 4 1/4. So we're going to cut this in half at 2 1/8. And you don't have to be exact. That's just the OCD in me. But we're going to split that envelope in two, just like that, okay? Now the other thing we want to do, and I'm going to come back to this one in a minute. We've got part of our envelope, but it's open here. So we're going to come through, and I'm going to put my glue mat down so I don't have glue on my paper here. And check to see that I'm still in frame. Oh, perfect. Okay. And I'm just going to take my white glue. Now, this was a trick that I saw Eve do on her channel when she did her belly bands video. And I'm going to link her video down below because she does some really cool things. But she squishes that together, and then she just takes a paper towel, or you can use your fingers and then have to clean the glue off your fingers later. But we all know I do enough with getting glue on my fingers. Now, I'll give that just a second to dry before I do anything else. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and glue this one up, because this will give me 2 belly bands. And you know me, I do everything in thirds, so I will be making a third one of these later. But there, then we've got that one sitting. Okay. Now we've got it glued on the ends. Now I want to make sure that what I'm doing next, because this is a little wider down here, so I don't have a lot of room to work here. So I'm going to measure that I need something approximately 4 3/4. I think we'll do it. So let's cut a piece of cardstock, and I think I'm going to use one of the cards. Oops, there went my piece of ribbon we're going to use. I'm going to use one of my, might use that, but let's look at our 49 market. I forgot it doesn't flip. And I don't think, what did we say, 4 3/4. Okay, these are 6 by 6, so we're fine. For some reason, it just didn't look right. Let's use this one. And we might not even have to do anything else with that, because this 49 and market cardstock is pretty durable, pretty stiff. So let's bring back in our paper trimmer. Well, that wasn't what I wanted, but it'll work. Let's go with 4 3/4. Oh, that's going to cut that. Let's go this way. 4 3/4. There we go. And our envelope is, best way to measure this is stick your ruler in here 2 inches. So we have 4 3/4 this way. Let's go to the 2 inches this way. Whoops, it's a score blade. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to take my corner rounder. Thought I had my small one over here. I'll be glad when I have stuff back in regular mode. Hold that thought. I am so looking forward to getting all of my mixed media stuff back over here in my filming corner, and not the Stampin' Up stuff per se. Now I got this little bitty corner rounder from Hobby Lobby, and it runs about $3.99 unless you catch them on their punches 50% off. But it is great for little stuff like this. Okay, so there's that. And I thought I had my paddle punch over here. That'll fit right down in there. So now, my paddle punch. I tell you, I really don't have a brain this morning. I thought I had everything set up over here, and it's really early. It's only a little after 6. I know that's not early for some people, but I want to do something that's got some contrast. So let's go ahead, and we're going to punch a tab out, just like that. Set that over there so I can see if I can lose it. And I'm going to bend that right where it's at. Okay. And then we're going to try and find center here. Now the reason I rounded these corners off is because if you round them off, they will slide into your pocket easier. And then I'm going to want to go try and find the semi-center of this. And I'm just going to take my glue. Go on the tab. Okay. And semi-figure out where the center's at here. I've got a little bit of wiggle time. close enough. Close enough. And you know what I have here? In cleaning my office the other day, oh wait a minute, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Where did I see those? I just really need to get this desk cleaned off. I cannot find anything. Let's go ahead and put one of our little adhesive bees, and let's use this little guy right here. This is out of the Memories of More card pack, and let's just stick him right there. Okay, now we have, excuse me, we have our writing space for this. Now let's cover this, okay? And I don't want to use the heavier paper for that. That paper's pretty heavy. What I think I want to use is this one. Yeah, maybe too big. Oh, contrast with that music page. Let's use the green. Let's lose the green. Yeah, lose the green. Okay. So we want to cover the front and back. And I don't know if this will do it. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and trim this off. And I have no scissors here. Oh, my days when I can have all my papers and all my toys back where I want them. I'm going to go ahead and trim this just a little bit wide for now. And I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 of them, just in case that other one's not wide enough to wrap around. Okay. Let's do this number. This is, I say 2 1/4. So it means it needs to be 4 1/2. And if this is 4 1/2, we're in luck. Not quite. So we need to go, I'm going to cut this at the 2 1/4. Just so I know. Now we're going to cut this one at the 2 1/4, just so I know. And then I'll have to come back in with regular scissors. I have my, I don't even see my Stampin' Up! Snips over here anywhere. I have tweezers in my, I'm not using my, there they are, there they are. We're going to want to use those here in just a minute. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to get up in time. I'm going to try. But I want to go ahead and do this. And I'm just going to do one of these pockets for now. Because if I don't, we're not going to get uploaded by 10:30. Okay, I'm going to scribble that down. And I'm using the green so we have a nice contrast. Squeegee that down good so we get a good contact. This is not what I had planned for this morning. I had planned to get this done yesterday, but there just do not seem to be enough hours in the day. I only had 3 projects planned for yesterday, this being one of them, and it didn't get done. Okay, now let's decorate this a little bit, and I have some lace here. Just not sure which one I want to use. I'm thinking I want to use this one because it's florals, kind of, sort of. This is wedding lace from Wyla. I'm not sure where I got it at. And I'm going to use my craft glue. I love this stuff for doing heavy duty work. And just apply it with a little paintbrush, or I could use my rubber spatula. And I keep it in this jar just because it's easier to work with. It's really super thick, as you can tell, but almost like a stiff egg white. But they have it in a bottle with a nozzle, and I'm not sure how they expect you to squeeze it out of that nozzle. Okay, so let's swirl that around. And I'm going to lay this to where, now this glue will dry clear, so I'm not concerned about that, but it needs something. So I dug out my Tim Holtz Ideology, and this is the botanicals, and we have butterflies, we have birds, and we have flowers. And I thought the flowers would be perfect, and I'm going to move this aside because I don't want to lay the book in it. Doesn't appear to be anything with bees, which I found interesting, but I'm liking these flowers. I'm liking these, I think. And they're almost too big, so let's see if we've got something. Oh, what about one of these? About one of those. And then we can put another, yeah, that one disappears on there. That one disappears. Several of my books that I made, I'm going to have to go back and fix. Here's a smaller one of those. Yeah. Because the double-sided tape is coming loose. I don't like that big purplish black thing. Those kind of disappear. Those are too big. Too big. We'll find something here in a minute. Maybe that green wasn't the best choice. Maybe that green wasn't the best choice. Those are great big things. Boy, is that a big thing. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, I like the roses. I do like the roses. There's that one. There's this one. Oh, I love this one. I do love this one. I do love that one. And then there's this one, and I think it's too green. I think it's too green. But I do like this one. I do like that one. So here we are at the middle of June, almost. And I woke up again this morning to about 58 degrees. And now it's raining. I know we're going to have summer eventually. I think this one's a little too bright for this. I really like the yellow with this. I think this is what I'm going to go with. So let's put a little bit of our glue. And actually, you know what? Since we have that lace there, let's add some dimensionals. So we know that the lace, so we want to go right into here with the dimensionals, behind the rose parts. And that will add some texture to this. And I'm going to bring in a small one, I think, to put up here in the head of this one. Okay, and then we can come back. And I'm trying to remember to use my glue mat and not get glue everywhere, because it is so easy for me to do. Glue is my nemesis, I swear. I have to wonder if as a child in grade school, did I have glue everywhere? I might not have ate the paste, but I'm sure I wore plenty of it. Okay, so see, the dimensionals will pick up for some of the depth that we're losing here with the lace. And then the glue will let them, and actually, we don't need that little bitty one way up there. I can get him off of there. He's down there to stay. Just like that, okay? And now we have a belly band pocket I'm still here. Oh, boy, did I mess that up. I'm going to have to work with that, where I put that washi tape in there. Okay, so now we have our belly band that will go in our pocket, go here in the middle of our page. And our journaling card that will go inside the envelope. And then we still will have room down behind the belly band for a tag. Now, if you want to give yourself a little bit more room in your belly band, you can put a stopper down at the bottom. Bring this up on dimensional tape so that you have a little bit of depth. And then put a stopper down here, decorative stopper. That would be, you could use one of these just for the tag to stop, to keep it from going off the page. You could run it this way. Or put a butterfly down there. Maybe a butterfly would be better. We're going to go ahead and put this one in and hope I don't make the mistake later of wishing I hadn't, okay? But remember, for a belly band, you just want it on the sides. And I was going to use the dimensionals for there, wasn't I? Come back to my dimensionals. Now I have dimensional strips too, but I really like my dimensional dots. And I'm just going to put 3 on either side. Because we always think of gluing the belly band in or using the dimensional tape or the tear and tape to put it in. But if you do this, my birds out there, they're enjoying the rain this morning. Glad somebody is, because I'm really tired of rain. I did get out and weed eat last night, had a chance. But then we have our belly band that will go on our page, just like that. And then if we want to put something down at the bottom, I'm going to come back to these butterflies later, if I can pick them up, because I'm considering putting a butterfly right there. I think I'll leave him out and do that. But we could do that and put him at the bottom, and then this will not go anywhere. It won't slide out of your belly band. So let's go ahead and put a couple of dimensionals. No. Let's glue him in. Let's glue him in. But we don't want him, we don't want to glue him all the way up because we want to be able to stick our paper down in there. So let's glue this in. And we'll give that just a minute to set. And while we're here, let's put a mini dimensional behind our butterfly. And I have no clue where I'm at on time, but I'm pretty sure I'm out of time. So I'm hoping this gets uploaded in time. If not, we'll have it for next Friday. Or I will do a quick live and show you what I did. That's also an option. Just like that. Okay, and then when we put our tag back behind here, our butterfly will keep it from sliding all the way out of the page. So that's it for me this morning. I'm going to get this started uploading. We are right at 30 minutes. Thank you for joining me in the premiere today and for watching the replay if you missed the premiere. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you back here on Monday with another Make It, Mail It Monday. Creative blessings.